She was so small I could barely feel her weight in my hands, but she had the loudest voice in the entire room. I remember sitting face to face with her, trying to calm her down, and she would just scream like I'd personally offended her, like I'd done something unforgivable. The moment I stopped petting her, even for just 1 second, the complaints started right back up again, every single time, no exceptions. Her name is Wisp, and she came into my life in the most unexpected way. A group of Persian cats had been dumped in my neighborhood. Nobody knew where they came from. Nobody was prepared for any of it. One of them was assumed to be a fixed male, but that turned out to be completely wrong. And just like that, there was one tiny kitten that absolutely nobody had planned for. Nobody had a nursery set up, nobody had the right supplies, nobody had mentally prepared for what was about to happen. Nobody except me. I took in the mother, and when Wisp was born, she was fragile in a way that genuinely scared me. She wouldn't latch. She was struggling from the very first hour. With kittens that small, bottle feeding can go either way, and there's always that quiet fear sitting in the back of your mind that they might just fade, quietly, quickly, before you even get the chance to really know them. If you're new here and you love stories like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. I share new cat stories every single week, and you really don't want to miss what's coming next. I stayed up almost the entire night with her. I remember looking at the clock and realizing it was close to 3 in the morning. I hadn't slept, not even close. I kept leaning in, checking that she was still breathing, watching her tiny chest rise and fall. I'd whisper to her, asking if she was okay, even though I knew she couldn't answer. I just needed to say it out loud. I think it was more for me than for her. I needed to hear my own voice in that quiet room, just to keep going. And then, to my complete surprise, she figured out the bottle on the very first day. Once she understood it meant food, she became dead serious about it. Like this was her job now, her mission in life. She developed a built-in alarm system for mealtimes, and if I was even a few minutes late, she'd let me know. Loudly, immediately, with absolutely zero patience and zero apologies. The screaming wasn't random, it was scheduled. And honestly, that consistency told me more about her survival instinct than anything else could have. She wasn't just alive, she was fighting to stay that way. Every single meal was proof of it. As the weeks passed, something started to shift in a big way. Her appetite grew stronger, her energy shot up. She went from a fragile baby lying still in an incubator to a kitten zooming across the room at full speed and then completely wiping out because she hadn't quite figured out how to stop yet. She'd hit the floor, tumble sideways, pop right back up, and keep going like absolutely nothing had happened. No embarrassment, no hesitation, no looking around to see if anyone had noticed. Just pure, unstoppable forward momentum. I'd watch her and think, where did this come from? Because I still remembered the fear of those first hours. I remember watching her breathe and silently begging her to still be breathing the next time I checked. And now, here she was, launching herself off furniture like she'd been doing it her whole life. Like surviving had always been the plan and she'd never once doubted it.
She is not what most people would call a classically pretty kitten. She's got that slightly uneven, scruffy look that makes you pause for just a second when you first see her. But her expression, there's something in it that's just bold, something that almost dares you to underestimate her. From early on, I knew she was going to have a strong personality. I just didn't fully understand yet how much space that personality was going to take up. She became very vocal about affection, too. If I stopped petting her mid-session, she'd go completely still and just stare at me. Not blinking, just waiting. Then the complaints would start. I'd tell her I couldn't hold her all the time. She did not accept that answer. She has never once accepted that answer, and I'm starting to think she never will. What surprised me most wasn't the noise or the drama, it was the quiet moments. When she felt unsure or wasn't feeling her best, she'd come straight to me. She'd rub against my legs slowly, quietly, asking for something she couldn't put into words. In those moments, all the dramatic screaming disappeared completely. She was soft and still, and I could feel, really feel, how much she trusted me. After everything she'd been through in those first fragile days, she had chosen to trust. That meant more than I can properly explain. There are days I genuinely cannot get anything done because she insists on being involved in every single part of my routine. I sit down, she climbs onto me. I stand up, she follows. I walk into another room, I turn around, and she's already there, watching, waiting, ready to supervise whatever I'm doing next. My tiny, opinionated, extremely vocal supervisor. I remind myself sometimes, there was a night when I wasn't sure she was going to make it to morning, and now she yells at me for being 5 minutes late with her food and acts like I've committed a serious crime. Wisp is loud, dramatic, demanding, and deeply affectionate all at the same time. She turned from a kitten who was too weak to latch into a cat who is absolutely not afraid to tell you exactly what she wants, exactly when she wants it, in the loudest possible way. She makes my days louder and more chaotic, but she makes them so much brighter too. I am genuinely grateful for every complaint, every dramatic outburst, every time she follows me from room to room just to make sure I haven't forgotten about her. Because all of it means she's alive. All of it means she's healthy. All of it means she made it through that first terrifying night and every night after that. But here's the thing I keep coming back to, even now. Wisp was born into a situation that nobody was ready for, abandoned before she even had a real chance. Too small, too fragile, too early. And yet, from the very first day, she fought, she screamed, she demanded to be fed, to be held, to be seen. She never once acted like survival was in question. She never once went quiet and gave up. Even on the hardest nights, when I was exhausted and scared and running on no sleep, she kept pushing. And somehow, that tiny, relentless voice of hers kept me going too. Maybe we were saving each other all along. I just didn't realize it until much later. Do you think she always knew she was going to make it? Or do you think she just simply refused to consider any other option? Drop your answer in the comments. I really want to know what you think.